chest, you'll want to cut through the pec minor, pec major, as well as the xiphi humerales to open up this area. You'll see the scapula here. These muscles connecting the scapula to the rib cage, these are the serratus anterior muscles. Okay. This muscle, there's actually a group of 3 of these, but this is the easiest one to isolate. This is a Scalenus muscle. Okay, so this will at first be compressed against the rib cage with some connective tissue, and you'll need to separate that and lift it up. Right here, this is the beginning of the rectus abdominis. This is the same muscle that you see traveling along the middle of the belly here, but up here underneath the pec minor is the easiest place to kind of isolate that and get your probe under it. Here, this muscle going to the side. So you can see just a little bit of a separation here between the rectus abdominis and then this muscle that starts in the middle and then goes to the side. This is the transverse costarnum. Okay. The muscles on the underside of the scapula, so facing sort of the rib cage, this is the subscapularis. Then if you look at the top of the scapula, this beefy muscle on the underside of the scapula, this is the teres minor. Below the spine of the scapula, so the spine is coming across here, below the spine is the infraspinatus, so below the spine. And similarly, the supraspinatus is above the spine here. Then on the top, you'll cut through the lat, you'll cut through the spinal deltoid, you'll cut through the acromiodeltoid, as well as the clavotrapezius to open up this whole area. These muscles connecting the scapula to the vertebra, these are the rhomboideus muscles. You'll find one rhomboideus muscle that kind of departs from the group and heads up to the head. This is the Rhomboideus Capitus. Okay, so basically the anterior most rhomboideus muscle basically takes a hard turn up into the head. That's the Rhomboideus Capitus. This flap here is a levator scapulae, not to be confused with the levator scapulae ventralis, which is this one over here that you guys have hopefully isolated by now. It's the one that dives underneath the clavotrapezius and starts out next to the acromiotrapezius. Okay. Then there's this goofy little muscle called Teres Minor. It's one of the tougher muscles to find. On your deep side, what you can do is cut through the spinal deltoid and pull it back. And once you get under the spinal deltoid, you'll find this is infraspinatus right here. But then there's a little separation. And this little muscle here, this is Teres Minor. This is sort of like the tenismus, okay? Find it if you can. If it's tough, don't stress out about it, okay? Okay, what am I forgetting? The splenius muscles are basically the base of the neck. So once you cut through the clavotrapezius, these flat muscles here are the splenius muscles. And then you'll also want to find the jaw muscles. So up here under the head, this is the temporalis muscle, okay? And then over on the cheek, once you open this up, this is the masseter muscle, okay? So you'll just need to do a little bit more skinning around the head to get at those guys.
What's the word you use? Ungodly?
Ungodly, yes.
I'm glad this is so entertaining. Does anybody have any questions on the muscles I just covered? So I'll help you individually with these, but I just wanted to give you a run through of them. I think I hit all of them. Just like you did with the abdominal muscles where you had external oblique, internal oblique, and then transverse abdominis, you need to find the external and internal intercostal muscle, so between the ribs. So don't cut your window up here where you have those serratus dorsalis muscles, nor do you want to do it where you have serratus anterior muscles. Go here, just under the ribs, and you can cut a little flap for the external intercostals, and then the internal intercostals are in there. In the same way with the abdominal muscles, the muscle striation should be perpendicular to each other. Okay,
So,
any questions?